Hey everyone, this is Lindy.
And I'm Russell.
Today we are looking back at our entire homes before and after, which is 15 plus room transformations that we've done.
Over like 5 years or so. It's really hard to believe where we started, like even looking at some of the photos when we were getting ready for this video, it actually went through quite the transformation.
So when we bought this house, it had great bones, great structure, but definitely had some outdated elements to it. Not just in like paint colors, but all of the fixtures and finishes and things like that.
Vanities, doors, lighting.
Tile.
It did have some nice boob lights.
So. It had some nice lino.
But I mean, it worked, and then we made it better.
So let's start with the first room we did and the first room you see in this house, which is the entry.
So one of the biggest changes in the entry is we removed the old door and added a nice modern fiberglass 4-pane window door, which really cleaned up the space and even just functionality too, better weather stripping.
Then we added some much needed storage into that space on one side and a feature wall just for some visual interest on the other side.
And heated tile floors, which was then a theme throughout our whole house because we loved it.
In the winters in Northern Canada, you need heated tile floors.
True story. The next space I think we tackled was probably the downstairs bathroom. And that was a big one because we moved a wall 7 inches.
We moved a wall 7 inches just to add a bunch of storage and make sure that we could fit a tub and a shower into that bathroom, and it was totally worth it, 100% worth it.
Yeah, it was really functional how we changed the space and did the layout, and it was a good reno to do on the home.
Classic white tile floor, just beautiful, timeless finishes in there.
Yeah.
Across the hall from that is the room we're standing in right now, which is probably my favorite room in the whole home, and that's just because I spend the most time in this room probably. Yeah. I love this space. These are actually kitchen cabinets, so there's just a ton of storage. We did these like IKEA hack shelves here. There's actually a lot of IKEA hacks in this house, and if you want to know all about them, we do have a video out already about all of our IKEA hacks, so check that out, linked up there. This room has been so packed full of storage. I had a nice background for all of my YouTube videos and photos. Everything was planned and it's been really well used.
There's a lot of showstoppers in this room. Like I think this tiled wall with the black cabinets. We have a really cool glass door. The wallpaper feature behind the computer.
The lighting.
The
sconces I always get comments on.
Yeah, this light I got to move 6 inches that way and fix a hole in the ceiling. So
are we sensing a theme here?
The theme is let's make the most work for Russell to finish his space.
Which brings us into the barn doors in the hallway.
Yeah, so again, when we first moved, we just added some normal white barn doors, or wood.
No,
it was a faux wood.
Yeah, it was a faux veneer wood.
Did flooring. The space was never really finished how we liked it, and then Lindy came up with this cool idea to do these barn doors, which was a lot of work.
It was cheap though.
It was cheap. It was like a couple $100 in plywood and
several hours.
A couple years of my life.
But once we finished the baseboards in there, added new hallway light fixtures, and put in the new barn doors,
it's really awesome.
It looked like a completely different hallway.
So then we moved into Wade's room. It was a playroom, it was our guest room, but it also had a little cubby under the stairs that was never finished. We turned that into the secret space, as we term it now. Made it a cool little sitting area, reading nook. Wade's room, we did the custom built-ins, new flooring. Nothing drastic in his room, but we made it more functional with storage, and that's going to be a theme in this whole house right now.
And it was really fun to do the little space under the stairs because it was specifically for the kids. They used it quite a lot. Mm-hmm. They would go in there and plan out their Barbie towns or whatever. And
other kids loved it.
Oh, every guest kid loved it.
Yeah.
So after that, we move into the big open space of the house, which is really the showstopper of the house. The huge high vaulted ceilings, and then there's our living room, our dining room, and our kitchen.
The kitchen never received a huge makeover. It got flooring, we painted the countertops, we did peel and stick, backsplash, faucets, handles, hardware kind of thing, and it turned out really nice. I mean, was it our dream kitchen? No, but it definitely was functional, and it match the aesthetic of the rest of the house.
I had dream plans for that kitchen, and I always thought that we would do that. So then when we decided to move, it kind of scrapped those plans. But I mean, what we did to fix it up and make it more presentable in the meantime, I think still looks amazing. Yeah. So then moving out of the kitchen into that big open space is the huge vaulted ceilings that were originally orange.
Wood colored.
One of the first things we did when we moved here was paint that all white. And I do not regret that decision for 1 minute.
I pretty much had to sign a contract saying those ceilings would be painted before we bought the house.
Just to make sure no one was gonna get mad at me, because I was not gonna have orange ceilings in my house.
So coming out of the kitchen, there was this one corner that we turned into our coffee center and recycling garbage center.
Which is probably one of the most used corners of this house.
Every morning and sometimes afternoon and sometimes evening. Before we did anything with it, I think it maybe had a water cooler. It wasn't a really functional space, but we added 2 pull-out drawers that had 4 big bins that we could put recycling in and garbage and cans. And then above that, we did a nice wood top with our espresso machine and some open shelves for coffee items. And it looks good. We get lots of comments on it, and it functions really well.
And then because we'd already painted those ceilings, the before and after of the living room and dining room space is so dramatic to me. Like, it just looks so much brighter. It's a completely different room. We added feature walls on both sides of the room in terms of an actual feature wall on one side and a focal point fireplace on the other side. And both of those things kind of drew you into the rooms. Rugs separated the spaces, but it kept it all really open.
We also added desk space to the one side, a couple chairs and some cupboards, and that turned into the kids' crafting space. And again, got used a lot. It was well used by the kids.
And fun fact, it is one of our most recreated projects in this house by others, and one of our most highly pinned projects on Pinterest, I would say.
Yeah. Into the living room, we have that fireplace, which I think is a showstopper. I'm really proud of the tiling work I did there. We went all the way up to kind of our bulkhead that holds our heating for the house, and we built in the TV so it was flush, and we have the soundbar built in, and it has the full cord management in behind so you don't see anything, and you can connect all your like DVD players, and if you have consoles, it can go down below and you don't see it.
And then moving upstairs. One of the most dramatic changes that we made to the stairs and loft area was switching out the railing. The old railing, it was a beautiful railing, but it did not suit the style of the house that we were going for.
We didn't get a lot of pushback on it, but we did get people calling us out about taking a wood railing out of the house.
But we also sold that wood railing for someone else to completely repurpose and use in their home. So the railing itself, changing it out, was the most dramatic change in the house, I would say. Like, the minute you changed it, the feel of the entire main floor changed.
Before we actually renovated, we didn't really use it.
No, we never used it for anything.
But once we did the reno, we kind of defined some spaces within the loft. You have the reading chair in the corner, we have some built-ins, you have your exercise mirror, and then also we stole space to add a big walk-in shower on the main bath upstairs, and then we stole space to add to the bedroom to add an ensuite. So yeah, I think it was a very functional use of the space, and dysfunctional use for the whole home.
Yeah. Rolling into that upstairs bathroom, this is another, the bathrooms I think are some of the most dramatic before and afters in here. It had a fiberglass tub, it had an old outdated vanity, outdated tile, medicine cabinet, everything, and we demoed everything and completely redid it with a beautiful, cool, modern palette. We completely reworked the layout and then added some features to tie it in with the rest of the house, like the little arched built-in we did that ties in with the arches in the hallways, using the same color fixtures as the downstairs bathroom, some elements like that that are just mimicked throughout the house. And of course, the black in every space.
We like black.
We like black.
We next moved through the hallway and into the girls' room. So the hallway used to go into this room, and I was like, why does the hallway need to go into this room? Why don't we push the hallway back to make the room a big square? And it made the room feel huge.
Yeah,
it was
now it's a massive bedroom.
Yeah, so we've gotten really good at moving walls. In that room as well, we added the closet storage, fresh white paint, new floors.
Yeah, it's just
new
a
trim.
basic room makeover.
Yeah, but it looks fresh and it presented well.
And then the other room across the hall is our primary bedroom. And this was a big transformation. It was a big room to begin with, but we completely added a bathroom from nothing. And we added a built-in closet that's got tons of storage, really functional. We added a fireplace and we added a little makeup vanity. So I think that before and after of this space is pretty dramatic.
And don't forget that feature wall in that room too. That is I think it makes that fireplace corner really pop out.
It's beautiful. I love a good slat wall.
Yeah.
There will definitely be a slat wall in our next home too, I'm pretty sure.
I don't think we'll have to move any more walls, probably ever.
We'll see. So moving to the exterior of this house, as you may have guessed from the hip roof, is a big barn. Because it's a barn-shaped home, we did play into that in a few of the finishes that we chose in the house and kind of leaned into the modern farmhouse look here and there because we wanted it to be really cohesive with the exterior. But that's especially true when we painted the house and when we added the front porch area.
Again, that was a really big transformation, especially from the people outside, our neighbors. They all said it looked like a totally different house, but I'm glad we did it, and I think it looks awesome. I was hesitant with the black. I was worried about like heat and stuff, but it hasn't really affected how our home feels in the summer.
I was really happy the day that we painted the exterior because I really disliked the color of the house before.
Two-tone brown makes you frown.
Nice. So then we added a back patio, floating deck and privacy wall to the back, and to the front of the house we added a nice little porch area with a concrete slab and some swings.
Yeah, and I mean the swings, everyone loves the swings.
Everyone who comes to the house, the first thing they do is swing on those.
And we've heard people saying, oh, I want to recreate that at our house. Like it was a really good idea on Lindy's behalf. It's a fun little space. The kids would go out there while we're waiting to go places, and yeah, it's a really cool addition. Next, the kids' favorite addition to our home,
and your favorite.
And mine. It was fun. I played with this project. Was we built the ultimate playhouse. We're talking raised off the ground, 2 levels, electrical, insulated, tiled floors.
Sandbox underneath.
Yeah, custom maple door.
It's basically a mini home because it's got a little kitchen area, couch, dining area, and upstairs.
Done sleepovers there with the kids. It's been a really fun space.
It's an amazing space. So that was 15 plus pretty dramatic before and afters. I'm proud of all of them. You can let us know in the comments which one of those room transformations is your favorite. And if you want to see more transformations, make sure you're subscribed to our channel because we are starting a whole new house and I can't wait to show you all the details. So if you liked walking through all of our transformations, please give this video a like. Let us know your favorite in the comments below, and as always, hit the bell so you don't miss out on future DIY and home renovation videos.
Thanks so much for watching.